Hello and welcome back to Everything Tumbler Tutorials. My name is Rebecca Escott and today I'm going to show you a vinyl peekaboo with ombre pinstripes. And the first thing we're going to do is wrap our vinyl around the tumbler, and I'm using a Banff Custom Creations black and white floral theme. So for this particular design, I wasn't really too concerned about placing the vinyl where it would overlap the top and the bottom, as I'm just going to trim both ends once I have the vinyl wrapped. When doing a full vinyl wrap, you just want to be careful that you don't have air pockets and wrinkles. If you have wrinkles along the way, just give it a pull back gently and replace it. They work out pretty easily. If you have air pockets, you can always use your weeding pen to pop them out. I also cut this just right so that I would have about 1/2 inch of an overlap and I don't have to cut the seam. Once your vinyl is completely wrapped around your tumbler, it's now time to go ahead and trim up the bottom. I am going to use my edge cutting tool for the bottom, but I'm going to use my X-Acto knife for the top, as I only like a teeny tiny bit of stainless steel exposed at the top rim. However, you could certainly use the cup edging tool to do both ends. When using your X-Acto knife to trim up this excess here at the rim, it's super helpful to have a nice sharp blade when doing so. Once we have the top and bottom trimmed, we're now ready to go ahead and tape it off. This tumbler has yet to be epoxied, and I'm just going to tape right over the vinyl. For this step, I'm going to be using electrical tape and as well as the vinyl tape, which is in my Amazon link down in the description below. Or you can use whatever size tape that you currently have on hand. So it's very simple when taping this off. I just went from one side up underneath the bottom and around to the other side so that they were nice and even across from each other. Then I'm going to place the skinnier vinyl tape in between those electrical tape sections. Once I had everything taped off the way that I wanted it, it was time to ombre spray paint. I used Farmer's Daughter from Color Shot, and I used black from Rust-Oleum. And I did an ombre spray paint, and then I epoxied after it was completely dry off camera. I do apologize very much for not having recorded those steps. But here is the tumbler after having been epoxied and fully cured. And basically what we're going to do is take the same electrical tape and the vinyl tape and tape back over only in the vinyl sections. For this step, it's super important to protect that vinyl because that's not where we're going to do our reverse ombre. So we want to protect that vinyl as we want that to show after we've spray painted. Okay, once we have taped off to protect all of that vinyl, it's now time to go in with a much skinnier tape, whatever you have on hand, and now we're going to place that tape along the painted sections of the tumbler. This is where we're then going to respray paint opposite of the colors. So I'll do black at the bottom and the pink at the top using, again, the same colors. Farmer's Daughter from Color Shot, and the black from Rust-Oleum. This then giving us our pinstriping ombre sections. So typically when I spray paint, I usually remove the painter's tape and or electrical tape or whatever I'm working with immediately. However, when you're working with finer lines and pinstriping such as this, I highly recommend that you allow this to dry before peeling your tape up. This way you don't risk messing up your fine lines when you remove the tape. So I wanted to add a nice little touch, which again, of course, because I'm obsessed with nail tape, you can absolutely use vinyl. I am using a glittered silver nail tape just to enhance those lines, and I'm actually placing the nail tape where the vinyl meets the paint. So once I had all the nail tape applied to the tumbler where I wanted it, this did not need to be sealed and was ready for another coat of epoxy. So for this coat of epoxy, I am using Fast Set from Counterculture DIY. As with all coats of epoxy, make sure you use your heat torch to pop any bubbles you may or may not be able to see. And that's it for this tutorial. Here she is almost fully completed. She only needed one more final coat and it was done. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if so, be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tutorials coming soon.